Get ready to tantalize your taste buds with the incredible flavors of a Jamaican classic. Today's menu features the mouth-watering national dish of Jamaica, Ackee and Saltfish, accompanied by crispy fried dumplings, a beloved breakfast staple that not only delights the senses but also represents the rich heritage of Jamaica and the vibrant Caribbean cuisine. The ingredients are saltfish, black pepper, tin akkees, bell pepper, scallion, onion, and hot pepper. And for dumplings, we're going to use all-purpose flour, self-rising flour, salt, milk, butter, and a little oil for frying. For our saltfish, we're just gonna rinse off the excess salt, cut it in half because this one is a little thick to get the salt out more effectively, and we're just gonna boil this, guys, on 3 different occasions. To the stove we go, and in the meantime, we're going to prepare our fried dumpling. And for this, we're using both all-purpose flour and the self-rising flour, and about 1.5 tablespoons of melted butter. And there we are, just measuring our flour. We are using the all-purpose flour with the self-rising flour, and we'll use equal amount of each. So 1 1/3 of all-purpose flour and 1 1/3 cup of the self-rising flour. So in all, guys, we're using 2 2/3 cups of flour. Alright, now even though the self-rising flour already have baking powder and salt, we're still gonna add a little salt just to elevate the flavor a bit. And here we are adding the melted butter. We're gonna give that a good whisk. We added about 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Didn't need to add much because remember the self-rising flour already have salt in it already. Now to make our soft dough, we're using whole milk. You can use coconut milk if you wish, or if you just want to use water, that is also fine. But in today's recipe, we're using whole milk. We're just going to use a rubber spatula to create a soft dough, and when it is manageable, now we're going to start kneading, and we're going to knead it lightly because we want it to be nice and soft. Now we're going to allow it to relax for about 20 minutes. We have added a damp paper towel and also some cling wrap, and we're going to rest this in the cooler until we're ready to divide and knead and to portion. All right, now this is the first straining of our saltfish. We're going to boil it a second time, so we throw away that water. This is what it looks like after the first boil. Now we're going to boil it again. While we're boiling, now we're going to prepare our herbs and all the aromatics to saute our ackee and saltfish. So there we went with the scallion or green onion. Now we're going to add some diced onions as well. All right, there we are, dicing away. All right, and to the plate they go. Up next is our green bell pepper. Right, I'm just gonna give these some short strips. All right, cutting away, and we're going to add this to our plate as well. Up next is our hot pepper that will contribute some amount of spice with the black pepper and a nice few pieces there to things up a bit. Now this saltfish, this is the second time now, guys, it has been boiled. Now this water, we're not going to dispose of it. What we're going to do, we're going to put the saltfish to boil for the final time, and this water, we're just going to cool it down a bit so that we can add our ackee in it for it to develop some of the saltfish flavor. Right now, in the meantime it is cooling, we're going to go ahead and divide and portion our dough to form our fried dumplings. And as you can see here, we're rolling in between the palms, and we're using the thumb to help guide the ball to create a smooth ball all around. All right, and we'll repeat this process until all our dumplings are formed. So there we go with the first one. All right, next up, we'll continue the process just a little faster this time. All right, nice and smooth. And just to show you a little slower, let's go with this ball. So you see that we remove a portion away of the dough, and what we're doing is rolling between the palms while we're guiding it with our thumb, right, to create those nice balls. All right, and there we are. Next up is another one. It's different patience, same treatment. All right, nice and round. And just to give you a little visual of what we have worked at so far, those are what they are looking like. And there we are with the final one. All right, we're gonna put those to relax, and that water that we had cooling for the ackee, we're now just gonna strain the ackee off. All right, strain from that liquid, and then we're going to add it to the cooled water that we had boiled the saltfish in, so that the flavor from that saltfish water can infuse into the ackee to create our layers of flavor. And there we are. We do this for about 3 minutes thereabout, and then we will remove it, right? And those of you who may not know the natural form of ackee, this is what it looks like on the tree. Ackee trees can be found throughout Jamaica. Now in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and get our oil heated for our fried dumplings. Next, we're going to remove our ackees, allow them to drain, and strain the final water from our salt fish. Now what we're doing here is just to add some fresh water so it can be cooled. Next, we're going to clean to remove the scales, the skin. We're going to debone and also flake. All right. And there we are, just removing the scales and the skin from the saltfish. All right, nice and easy. It is so easy to come off when the saltfish has been boiled or cooked, right? And there we are, just removing that outer layer so that we can start the process of flaking and also deboning. It is now time to flake the fish and also to remove any visible bones. All those bones that you can get out, you get them out as effectively as possible. Okay, all right, and there we are, just a few pieces more, taking out the bones, flaking it, right, so that it can be nice and ready for us to saute. And at the end of the process, this is now what it is looking like, nice and ready. All right, now just to check if our oil is ready, and it is, we're now going to gently place each of our dough balls into the oil. Cover these for them to remain nice and moist. Now a tip is, when you're frying your dumplings, you have to ensure that that oil is not too hot, because if it is, what is going to happen is they're going to brown on the outside before they're actually cooked on the inside. Also, a little sugar, probably like a teaspoon or so, can be added to your fried dumpling doughs for it to help the caramelization process, help them to brown up a bit, right? We didn't add any in these, but as you can see, they're nice and brown, golden, just the same. And these just need a few minutes more before we start removing them from the grease. All right, and it's about that time, nice and ready. We're taking them out and we're allowing them to drain on some paper towel. And this is what we're looking like, guys, at the end of the process. Up next, it's time to saute our ackee and saltfish. Now to this heated oil, we've added the onion, the scallion, also the thyme and some pepper. All right, and there we are, sauteing, giving it time to release all that flavor. Now after the saltfish, we are definitely gonna give it a good toast, followed by the bell pepper and the remaining aromatics. We are also gonna add some black pepper just to spice things up a bit, and toast just for the saltfish to develop all that flavor and just to soak away in all these aromatics. And then we're going in with the ackee. Now to the ackee, we are also going to add some black pepper, and we're just going to give this a good toss gently, because these are the tin ackees and we don't want them to be broken up or to be crushed out too much. So we have to be gentle, reduce the flame, give that a good stir. Now if you want to create your ackee and saltfish at home, please remember to check in the description down below, guys, for the link to purchase your tin ackee. There we are on low flame, just for it to finish marry and develop the flavor. It's time to serve up a plate. Now let's take a moment to tantalize your taste buds. Look at that, guys, so rich, so vibrant. The national dish of Jamaica. This one is a classic. It pairs so well with the fried dumplings, but it can be had with other things such as roasted breadfruit, fried breadfruit. It can be boiled ground provisions such as banana, potatoes, you name it, even boiled dumplings. Now please remember, if you haven't subscribed as yet, please remember to do so. Give the video a like, drop your comments, and also share this video with your friends and your families. Thanks for tuning in and enjoy.